You have to start strategizing your life. You have to start thinking of yourself as the main character. Because if you don't, you will soon begin to realize that all the things that you think make you miserable will continue to magnify. So take a second and look around, then get up and start grinding for what you want now.
Hey everyone, this is the Droop Show, a podcast about everything and nothing, both at the same time. Hey everyone, it's Droop, and this is the Droop Show. It's a podcast about everything and nothing, both at the same time. So if you're into casual kickball or hyperactive hacky sack, you may or may not hear about it here on the Droop Show. As always, we have co-host Cajun TM with us here today, and our special guest is Aaron Baker. He's a world traveler, fashion model, Instagrammer, and a YouTube creator of the channel BiggerThanMeTV. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
You got big plans for the weekend, Aaron?
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I've been staying busy during the week. I mean, just with getting stuff done around the house and working, and I usually try to take the weekends to just relax.
I wish, man.
Yeah.
This weekend, last weekend, we got some streaming done last weekend, and we'll turn that into some content. But it was like a cooking stream, just hanging out and relaxing more than anything.
Last weekend was a much needed chill out weekend. I mean, that's all we did. We
better and be hammered on the river tomorrow. So
last Friday we did a cooking stream. Saturday we hung out at a pool all day long.
Yeah,
and then I recovered the rest of the weekend because, I'm older now. So,
so when you guys do a cooking stream, how does that work? Is it like you guys just go through the recipe and just have like an online barbecue, or what?
Just like we just sit around and cook, man, and people just
any questions people have.
Yeah,
kind of walk
just show them. We both Cajun, so we cook some sausage stuffed in pig stomach lining. So
okay,
yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I've heard of that before.
It was really good. I mean,
What's the name of it?
Ponce.
See, my mom grew up on a farm, and she would tell me that like when they would kill a pig, they wouldn't let anything go to waste.
Yeah.
And so like all the leftovers, they would grind it up and then put it in the intestines or something, and then like cook it or bake it or something, and then they'd eat that shit with like some crackers and cheese. And I was just like, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hoghead cheese.
But yeah. But I mean, shit.
When they call that was it boucherie?
Yeah, for like
is that what it is?
Yeah, for a butcher.
That's they call it in Louisiana. Yeah, it's like when they get like either sometimes it's like a huge family, or sometimes it's even like the entire community, but they make like a makeshift barbecue pit out of like a hole in the ground, just put the ashes or the coals in there.
Yeah,
and they wrap like a whole pig in like foil and stuff, and they just toss it in, let it cook all day. When they open that thing up, man, it's just falling apart.
And is that when they like stuff it with
like every piece of anything you think of, the hooves, everything,
every piece of meat, man. The intestines make sausage. The stomach lining gets stuffed with sausage meat. Pretty much every wasted piece of meat gets grinded up and stuffed in some kind of hollow organ.
Right.
So
is that with you guys growing up in the South in Louisiana? Is that like something that was normal? Like, did you guys eat that growing up, or did you have friends that ate like that?
Oh yeah,
I don't think I've ever really even been to a boucherie. I think it's some families do it for like family reunions and stuff like that, but
my family done it often, man. Like almost every other weekend they killed a pig. We did a lot of pigs, not like cows, but a lot of pigs, man. We had a big family. We had a camp in Oberlin, and they had 3 shacks side by side and just a bunch of acres of land, and that's what they did, man. Somebody would bring a pig, and my grandpa, his best friend, and my uncle, and my great uncle, and they would just get into it, man. And they would have meat You know, they would take the meat back, like the good pieces of meat. And the butchery thing is like, you know, it's the gravy that they make for the butchery is like an organ stew. You know, so they're like, yeah, so like all the good pieces of meat go home.
Yeah.
And they cook all the organs there.
That's what they served to everybody.
Yeah.
It showed up.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Here's a kidney.
Yeah. But they do something similar in with Mexican food. They have it's called menudo, basically gut soup. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I've heard of menudo. I've never tried it.
It is
I'm
delicious, man.
Is it?
It's definitely. I mean, you gotta wrap your head around it.
See, I think if I didn't know what it was, and then I was just like at a Mexican, you know, get together party or whatever, and there was just some soup there looking good, I would try and be like, oh, this is delicious. And I probably wouldn't want anyone to tell me what it was, because then I would think differently about it. But
Like the taste of it, I don't know. It's like a spicy, greasy soup. You know, it's like a red based soup, ton of chili in it and everything else. It's got a really good flavor, but there's chunks of meat in there that, I mean, you're gonna be like, oh, was that chicken? You know, it doesn't have anything like near the texture of typical meat.
Yeah, and most organs have, you know, like a strong blood taste, you know, so like liver, you know, that's like the organ taste, like a heart, you know, heart's probably not as strong as like a liver, definitely, but you know, it's kind of all, once you taste organ meat, it all kind of tastes the same. So, not all.
So do you guys eat like that out in Panama? Or like, have you tried wild stuff like that out in Panama?
We cook for ourselves a lot. We do a lot of cooking. My whole family's here in Panama. So, you know, me and Greg graduated high school together. My wife graduated with me and Greg in the same class. My two brothers are here. My dad's here. So we do a lot of Cajun get-togethers.
Really?
Yeah, and plus the Cajun community in Panama City is pretty big. I mean, like, Panama City Beach has a big Cajun community. You know, we have that Cajun place by you on the beach. I mean, it's a big, they like the Cajun style food too. As far as eating gut food, no, they don't get down like that. But
They do have Mexican joint that I check once in a while. That on Sundays they do menudo.
really,
Now, are you guys in Panama City, or Panama City, Florida? Or
Florida.
Florida. Okay. This whole time I'm thinking you guys are in Panama, like the country Panama.
I got Panama City Beach, Florida. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, but
That makes sense.
I would love to go to Panama. Is that where you went last January? Panama City, Panama? Okay.
In Panama, yeah, that's where I thought you were talking.
So what you travel? Is it like professional travel mostly, or like pleasure travel?
Just pleasure for leisure. I work part-time for United Airlines, and so I get to fly for free on standby.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's awesome.
That's the
Yeah.
perfect side job, man.
Oh, I love it. Like I'll work
benefits.
maybe like on a good week, like a heavy workload week at the airport, I'll work maybe 10 hours a week. And any other time, I'm just giving my hours away to other people who need the hours. Like that's their only job. So they want, you know, to get overtime and shit. And they just want to work as much as they can. So I'll give them all my hours and off travel and just be gone for 5-6 days at a time. And I love it, man. I've been doing that for 4 years now.
What do you do?
I'm a ramp agent.
Oh, okay.
A ramp agent. So we just we like put the bags on and off the plane. Like we prep the planes, like put the water on and the blue juice, and we mess with the cones and like we push the planes back and all that stuff.
Handle those cool sticks, those cool orange sticks.
The orange,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
the guys you see dancing out there with them.
on the Air Force.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's easy. It's a super easy job, and I get to fly whenever I want to for free. So I mean I can't. It's gonna be a sad day when I have to give that job up.
And that's a hell of a benefit, man. That's like an awesome thing. Like just so like who did you say, like Delta? You said it was Delta?
United.
So it's like worldwide. I mean, wherever you want to go. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Crazy. Yeah,
That's
there's
awesome.
just an airport right near the job that we work, but it's what
I think most of their flights come from Atlanta. I think I think now they have direct flights from Vegas and DC, I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's the airline? It's
Southwest flies in and out a
Southwest,
lot. We see.
Mhm.
which they're supposed to be really good within the States and everything. But
In the States, yeah, Southwest is good. But yeah, it's nice to work for United because they do have a lot of international flights. So like some like Allegiant and like Southwest and stuff, they're more domestic. So it's everything in the States.
Right.
So I mean, I've been to 20 countries in the past 4 years with just flying for free.
Yeah.
And so I mean, but when I fly international, I have to pay the exit fees on the ticket, which is like nothing. It's nothing at all. So I mean, like I went to it was about a year and a half ago. I went to Australia, and my round trip ticket was $60 to go to Australia. So I was like, I was in heaven. I couldn't pass that up.
That's insane. Can you? What's the limitations on bringing somebody with you? Like, can you bring anybody with you, or?
I get one person that I can add to my benefits, and they have to pay. I mean, it's hardly anything. They pay the taxes on the ticket. So it's, I mean, like for the person, if they were going to fly with me to Australia, it'd be maybe $150.
Oh yeah, you
for a round trip.
Can't fucking beat that. That's where it's at.
It's beautiful, man. I love it.
Yeah, Australia's the only continent I haven't been to.
Yeah.
Even got to go to Antarctica when I was in the Air Force.
Oh shit! What was that like?
Hot. It was fucking hot.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even explain it. You know what I mean? It's insanely cold. The guy that was kind of like, we were replacing him and his crew, so he was kind of showing us around the facilities and everything. And I remember we got to like the kitchenette area where that's kind of like the common room, and that's where everybody hung out when they weren't working or taking care of laundry or whatever. But everybody's chilling out and everything. He walks over and grabs him like a cup, fills it up with water, and talking this whole time, like not missing a beat. And he like opens up the window, tosses water up, catches ice, closes the window, fills it back up with water, and just takes a sip like it was nothing.
He just had to get some ice real quick.
I'd wake up in the morning to get ready to go work on the jet, and I wouldn't even shave. I'd just splash some water on my face, walk outside, and as soon as that wind hit it, I could just flake it off, you know? It's crazy.
How long were you there for?
We did 3-month trip, and we did basically like a 2-week rotation with half our crew. It was a U.S. crew and an Australian crew, so we got half of our guys on one shift and half of their guys on that shift, and we rotated with the other guys. And we do 2 weeks in Antarctica and then 2 weeks in New Zealand.
Okay. So I mean, you got pretty close to Australia then. If you went to New Zealand, I mean that almost counts.
Right.
Hell, some places call it the same continent.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
if
New Zealand has to be
know.
on. New Zealand has to be on the continent.
But they actually they offered me a trip to Australia whenever I was getting out. Like after I decided I was not going to re-enlist and everything, they're like, "Well, if you do re-enlist, we got a trip for you." I was like, "No, I'll just buy a ticket."
They tried to sweeten up a deal for you.
Hey, buddy, listen to this right here. What we got for you?
Yeah. We know you've been trying to go to Australia. We'll flip the bill for you.
All of a sudden, got a spot.
Yeah, just opened up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know I haven't been to Antarctica or Africa. Those are 2 continents I haven't been to.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Africa, and then we actually had to move to a little island called Diego Garcia, which is right off, not far off the coast of Africa, but that's where they rerouted pretty much all the traffic through Europe whenever they had, I guess it was 2010 or something, whenever all the volcanoes went off in Europe, and I guess the ash and everything, they had to reroute all the air traffic.
That's where Jerry Garcia is from, right? Diego Garcia.
The only thing from there is coconuts.
Diego's his dad.
Diego. So
Coconuts and giraffes. That's it.
No, huge rats.
Oh, huge rats. I thought you said giraffes.
cool. That would that would be suited perfectly. The giraffes eat the coconuts right out the tree.
That's a perfect, balanced ecosystem right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm interested, the modeling, man. How did you get into that?
Oh man. So it was in March of last year, like a local photographer here in Wichita messaged me on Instagram and asked me if I'd want to shoot with them. And before this, I just took pictures of myself, like, just to post on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And like when I travel, and he wanted to do like an actual like shoot with me, a photo shoot. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I was like, fuck, let's try it out. And so I went over to his studio and we did a photo shoot, and I liked it. It all turned out really good, and it just kind of turned into a new hobby. It just happened to be that next weekend there was a creative meetup in Chicago, and I don't know how this guy found me, but he messaged me on Instagram and asked me if I wanted to come to it. And with me working at the airport, I could fly for free. So I was like, yeah, I'll be there next weekend. So I flew to Chicago, and I had never met any of these people. There were probably 30 to 40 people there, just different models and photographers. And I just acted like I knew what I was doing and fucking started posing and taking pictures and shit. And it all turned out great. And I just ran with it after that. It's just probably been, fast forward to 3 months ago, I got signed to an agency here in Wichita. It's like a Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. It's like a central region type agency. So just doing different work throughout the Midwest.
So you were never nervous in front of the camera the first time? It wasn't a little weird?
I'm not going to lie and say I wasn't, because I definitely was. I still do get kind of nervous, like if I'm shooting with a new person. That's why it's been nice to like work with Shane. And I don't know if you guys know Taylor, not his, one of our other good friends, but it's us three that have kind of like broken off from the Wichita scene, like in photography and stuff. And it's just us three that work together. And we have a media creation company called Valhalla. And we've been doing stuff with that, like creating content for different companies and corporations here in Wichita. But it's just been nice to I've been working with them now for probably 6 or 7 months. They're like brothers now, so there's no, nervousness or anything. So we just bullshit and make jokes while we're shooting. So it's been a whole lot easier working with them since I started.
Yeah. A lot of people underestimate the whole fake it till you make it thing, man. It's strong.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah, I was nervous as hell, but they didn't know me. I didn't know them. They didn't know if I've been doing this for 10 years or 10 minutes. And I just acted like I knew what I was doing.
Do you do like makeup, anything like that, or just all natural? I just all natural.
Just all natural, yeah. No, I've done one shoot where like they had a makeup person, but I think it was more so for the females involved. Like they didn't do anything to me. I didn't ask them to do anything to me either. So it was just
No, I'm not saying you need makeup. I'm just saying a lot of people, a lot of people in that, the makeup artists do everybody. So I was just curious, like if you, when you go to a shoot, if you have to go through all of that, obviously hair, you got to take care of hair, and then that's probably a couple hours, and then go to makeup.
Yeah, I show up early so they can get my hair on point. Yeah. But besides that, no, it's usually just I mean, I've pretty smooth skin, you know, to begin with. So it's not like I have to, you know, get blemishes out. And I've been lucky. I really don't ever get pimples or anything. So it's not like they ever have to cover anything up like when we go to shoot. So, I mean, I guess I've just been lucky when it comes to that part of it.
So if you out hanging out, like just with a group of friends and somebody pulls a camera out, do you like instantly go into model mode? Like, is there a, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All of a sudden, you hear the flash in the corner. Whoa, we got to redo it. Hold up.
Yeah. Turn that lighting up a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the movie where like, I think it was
Zoolander,
where like if they come and take a picture, he could be like, you know, time to use something, and then they pull up the Polaroid, and he's like,
he has that one look, that blue steel.
So fun.
No, yeah, it's been fun though. I mean, I've met a lot of cool people, you know, doing this, like even just with Shane and Taylor, and I've traveled, I've shot, I've done photo shoots in Chicago, Seattle, LA, and one in Houston. And so, I mean, just with that, and I mean, it's like just being able to have like the, in today's age, like with social media and just being able to reach anybody and, you know, finding photographers in any city and just saying like, okay, hey, I'll meet you, you know, at this spot on this day. And I mean, you guys also already have common interests, so it's not like, you know, it's going to be super weird or awkward when you do it. So, I mean, just being able to do outreach like that and meet new people has been a really fun part of it as well.
Yeah, I know during when everything was like shut down, I heard about some people here in Panama City. Obviously, it's probably not the best quality photography and stuff, but they were doing like photo shoots over Skype thing, and then I guess editing as best they can. But
really,
I bet those people are making a killing. You know what I mean? They're probably doing it way cheaper than they normally do, but they don't have to leave their bed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, people have really had to be innovative in these times and just figure out different shit. Because, I mean, you can't meet up with people, or you weren't able to, you know, for a certain amount of time. What's it like out there in Florida? Are you guys, like, still on lockdown at all? Or were you ever on lockdown?
So it started off, the lockdown went in during the month of March. March is our biggest spring break. It's like spring break in Panama City Beach. So everybody was worried about it. They shut down the beaches for the last 2 weeks of March. So nobody was doing anything. Bars, you know, like it was a major hit for Panama City Beach. We have this big shopping center in Pier Park. You know, Panama City Beach isn't that big. I mean, it's pretty much all tourists and a few residents that live here. But, I mean, they pretty much shut down the whole Pier Park. All the tourist industries were shut down, restaurants. Now, it's like there's never been a quarantine, man. It's Memorial Day weekend last weekend. Once they lifted it, everybody
was out there.
It was kind of, you know, I was lucky, and, you know, we were lucky because our industry didn't shut down. You know, our jobs kept going. So, but the thing about it was that usually from Memorial Day to Labor Day, it takes hours to get 10 miles in Panama City Beach, man. It's ridiculous. Like we have two rows. We have back beach and front beach. You know, we're real creative with our names here. So one runs on the back side of the beach and one runs on the front side of the beach. But front
way.
Yeah. You'll never guess which one's
which. So front beach is 2 lanes.
On the back side. No.
Yeah, they like to confuse the tourists.
Yeah. But so you don't even drive front beach, but during the quarantine, you could like literally drive home from work down front beach and, you know, take the scenic route and get home in a decent amount of time. And now back beach is insane. So I don't even want to drive down front beach.
Yeah.
So
is it still, do you guys still have like a huge influx of tourists right now?
We're getting it. And I don't even think restaurants are back open. I mean,
really?
I think some of
for
them
dining. I mean, for dining, but the beach is back open, and that's Panama City's big thing. So
yeah, we went to Diego's like 2 weeks ago.
Inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They have every other table like booth shut down. no sitting at the bar kind of deal. And then they had a bunch of seating outside on their tent.
I wonder when bars are going to reopen.
I don't think till maybe next month.
Okay.
Maybe in the next month even.
Well, I know here in Kansas, bars open today.
Oh wow.
So I mean, we
were worried about. I mean, there's already a huge influx just opening the beach up, and if they open up the bars, it's just going to be way worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me about bars is like, is the money situation. Like if everybody would go there and start a tab, I think but paying with cash, so much cash moving back and forth. I mean, I think that's the worst thing about bars. But
just the fact that you're sticking, there's gonna be so many people that can find there. You got pretty much, unless it gets really crazy over here, you pretty much can always be 6 foot apart from each other on the beach. But
yeah, but who wants to be 6 feet apart? I mean, it's hard to grind when you're 6 feet apart, Greg.
But I think, dude,
that's that 1950s. Yeah, that's that 1950s grinding.
I bet the sand's probably just as bad as the money, not worse.
Yeah,
could be.
You'd fucking take 1 foot in the sand over here, and you're probably gonna still be finding sand for a month.
Yeah,
it'll last longer than COVID will.
But we have this.
No, I've never been to Panama City.
You gotta come, man.
Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. Y'all should all come, man. Yeah, all three of y'all.
All three of y'all should come.
We got places to stay.
Yep.
We live, minutes from the beach.
I could walk to the beach.
So, yeah. Might have to take you guys up on that.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll be there tomorrow.
Fly over. The airport's right there. We'll pick you up.
Hurry up, get you a kayak.
Yeah, if you get here, man, tomorrow's gonna be a good day, man. We're going to this Cypress Springs. It's like this badass fucking spring, man. The water is crystal clear. The only bad thing is it's fucking freezing.
Oh yeah.
Even in the middle of summer, the water is like 60. I don't know. I could make up a number, but it's fucking cold. You jump in and it like takes your breath away. It's that kind of water.
I bet that feel good though on one of those hot summer days where that sun is just beaming.
And then usually by the time you get to the spring, usually by the time I get to the spring, I'm pretty hammered.
Yeah,
feeling much of anything at that point.
Yeah, it's hard to tell how cold it is.
Blood's running a little thin.
Yeah.
And Shotgun Droop is pretty notorious for killing cell phones out there.
Oh yeah, you lost a couple of them.
Oh, a whole Ziploc bag full of them. So one of my buddies,
he didn't lose them. He still had the Ziploc bag and the phone. The problem is they were.
I was gonna go and spend some money on a dry case, but one of my good buddies told me, "Nah, spend that on alcohol. Let's use some Ziploc bags."
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Get you a little Glade Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Put that money towards some liquor.
Yeah. I think the dry storage had a warranty. The Glade Ziploc bags, I don't think the warranty never came through. I wrote them, but they acted like they didn't get it. I don't know.
They probably sent that to the spam inbox.
Yeah. No, they passed it around through corporate. Hey, look at this idiot.
Yeah. Like we got another one.
Yeah.
Thinking they could store electronics in it.
Hey, just blow a little air in it so if you drop it, it'll float.
Right. Yeah. Man, I wonder how many people have lost their phones trying to do stuff like that.
A bunch.
Man.
A bunch.
They probably go like twice a year and it's with scuba gear. With underwater metal detector and make a killing to sell them.
Find all kinds of stuff.
That was a particularly bad day. That was rough.
No, we found the keys, but
we found the keys the next morning in the door of my truck that we had looked for all night. I bought a badass floating water speaker that I lost. I lost one pair of my shoes. I mean, one of my shoes, not one pair of them, So
just the left foot.
Yeah, just left foot, man. It was a rough day. And then the next day was miserable.
Oh my
We went on a Sunday, so we had to work the next day. It's ridiculous.
That's tough. Yeah.
When we left the creek, didn't you take off for like an hour going the wrong direction on the highway?
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I did. I did. And we're heading back, and Cajun's passed out, and then he wakes up, looks at my time, and he just starts yelling at me. He's like, "Alex, what are you doing?
6 o'clock in the morning.
What are you doing?" Yeah, he thought he had slept the whole night, like we had been driving all night.
Yeah.
So I said, Greg, it's 5 o'clock. He said, yeah, I gotta be to work at 6. He said tomorrow.
I still wasn't feeling a whole lot of anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.